Hello, so these are questions under organic chemistry coming from 2025 GCE paper, science paper 2, and this was under section C, question number 3. So I want us to revise through these questions together. I want you to have an idea or be able to answer even the questions that you are going to find in your exams. The question is saying, use the displayed structure shown to answer the following questions. So these are the questions that are down here. They are quite a lot. So I just want you to stay close here so that you get to see how I'm answering these questions. I will not only teach you how to answer these questions, but these questions should give you an idea on how to answer other questions that you get to find in an exam. So this is a discrete structure of a compound. Name the organic compound shown. What is the name of this organic compound that is shown here? So you need to understand the way it is, this one, the way it is. This is what is known as ethanoic acid. The name of this compound, we are calling it what? Ethanoic acid. So the name is ethanoic acid. Maybe you are asking yourself, sir, how did you know that this is ethanoic acid? So first of all, you need to know alcohols. Because here, the next question is saying, to which homologous series does it belong? Since this one is having this type of a functional group, have you seen? This is a functional group. So the functional group here, this is COOH. That is a functional group that is there, isn't it? Have you seen? There is C here, then OO and H here. So the type of a compound that gets to have this type of a functional group, that is known as a carboxylic. So I'm going to say that to which homologous series does it belong to? It belongs to what? To a carboxylic. So carboxylic what? Group, or you can just say carboxyl group. So coming from carboxylic acid. This is a carboxylic acid. Now, that first question, how did I know that this is ethanoic acid? You need to be familiar with the alcohols. So, you know the general formula for alcohols is like this. CN, then 2N plus 1OH. This is how it is. So, if I want to know that this is ethanoic acid, you need to know that first it gets to be ethanol, then it converts to what? Ethanoic acid. So how does it form all these changes? So if I want to write ethanol, how do I write ethanol? Like I've told you, I'm also teaching you on how to answer other questions. So ethanol, we've got meth, position 1, eth, position 2. Prop, that is 3. I guess you know this. So if it is ethanol, so meaning it is on position 2. So N is 2. So C2H, 2 times 2, 4, plus 1, 5, then OH. This is how it gets to be. So this is what? This is ethanol. Now it changes to what? Ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid meaning, yeah, the carbons would drop by 1, hydrogens 2, so that they get to form to a functional group there. So carbon 1 is CH, then hydrogen 3, because it is dropping by 2, have you seen 3? So the C that was dropped comes here like this, then I say OOH. This is the compound that is here. So this process, for this process to occur, it must react with what? Atmospheric oxygen. This is where this other oxygen is coming from. Then that 2 atoms of hydrogens that have dropped, they are going to form water. So it is like this ethanol, then it changes to what? Ethanoic acid. From a homologous group of alcohols or alkanos to a carboxylic acid. So this is what has just happened. This is what you need to know and understand. So first you need to know, okay, if you are taught, we are revising, so I'm explaining these things so that you try to understand. So if you want to write propanoic acid, you don't know how to write it, at least know how to write propano. How do you write propano? Propano, you follow this thing, that formula, propano, 3. So C3, you say C, where there is N you put 3, then H, have you seen? 2 times 3 is 6. Plus 1, 7. You put 7 there. OH. At least it is very easy to write an alcohol. Then you write what? Propanoic acid. You know that, okay, it is this now that reacts with atmospheric oxygen so that a carboxylic acid gets to be formed. Now, what are we going to do? This one now gets to be what? C, carbons drops by 1. We drop 1. So that is 2. H. Then hydrogen, there are 7. We remove 2. That is 5. Then that write COOH. So this is what we are calling what? This is what we get to call propanoic acid. Then this is propano. So I'm just showing you how to come up with these things. So we've answered the question A. We now go to question what? 2. B. This is B. Ethanol is an organic compound which belongs to the homologous series known as alcohols. This is it. Draw the displayed structure of what? Of this same compound, which is what? Ethanol. Ethanol, you draw the structure of ethanol. Okay, ethanol is this one. I'm from showing you. This is ethanol changed to ethanoic acid. So ethanol is this one that is here. So this is the one we are going to get. They want us now to draw the structure. So how do you write the structure? You've got 2 what? So I'm going to write it here so that you get to see it. So we've got 2 atoms of carbon. 1, 2, like this. 1, 2. Then we surround them with 5 atoms of hydrogen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you just put OH. So this is the structure. This is it. So we've answered this question. This is how you draw a displayed structure formula. You are done with it. We are coming from there. Then we go to this particular question, this question that is here. They're telling us to say, what term is used to describe the manufacture of what? Of ethanol. So this is it. The manufacture of ethanol from ethene. Ethene, this is a hydrocarbon. You know, a hydrocarbon is a compound that contains hydrogen and carbon atoms only, and this gets to have a double bond. So that particular process which turns this ethene to be changed to this particular alcohol that is called ethanol, the process is known as what? Hydration. So the process is known as what? Hydration. That is a term that is used to describe that. So we've answered that particular question. This is how you need to answer it. We go to C now. This is, I guess you people are enjoying and you are getting 1 or 2 things. This is how these questions get to come. And those of you that are interested in joining the tuitions, this is just a revision session. I'm just revising through exam questions. But if you want to join me where I get to explain topics nicely, you try to understand and be able to answer exam questions, you can WhatsApp me on this particular number, +260971 066747, where I'm going to help you get a distinction in an easy way. So don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share this particular video. We proceed and continue with this other question that is here. So you are taught to say butyl propanoate is an ester. Have you seen? They are telling you that butyl propanoate is an ester. Now the question here, the first question they are asking us or telling us to say, name 2 reagents used to prepare it. So for an ester to be formed, we need to have an alcohol that gets to react with a carboxylic acid. So when an alcohol reacts with a carboxylic acid, we get to form an ester. So they're asking us to say, we name 2 reagents that are used to form it. So this one that becomes butyl, meaning it was butanol. This is coming from an alcohol. So what are you going to do? You say, you write, that is butanol. That is what? Butanol. You say, and this one, butanoate, meaning it was a butanoic, but since it is forming an ester, it changes to butanoate, propanoate. So meaning this one is going to be what? Propanoic acid. Propanoic acid like this. So that is propanoic what? Propanoic acid. These are the 2 reagents used to form it. So this one, this is an alcohol, this is a carboxylic acid. I guess you are able to see how these things are coming about. So this is how you need to answer even questions in an exam. Then we now go to this particular question. So they are asking us to say, describe a chemical test for the minor byproduct of what? Esterification. So have you seen minor? So here they are talking about what? Minor. So we say minor byproduct. What is a minor byproduct here? So the minor byproduct, the other product that is from the major product from esterification is an ester. So when an alcohol reacts with a carboxylic acid, an ester is formed and what? Water. Now they want us to give a chemical test for the minor byproduct, which is what? Which is water. So what is the identity test for water? So you need to understand that one, this one, I believe you're going to write it down. I'm just going to say it. So how do we say it? You just say, let me maybe write it here so that you are able to follow clearly and attentively. So you need to understand that it turns, so I'm going to say it turns anhydrous. So it turns anhydrous what? Hydrous copper 2 sulfate. So copper 2 sulfate, which is written like this. So it turns anhydrous copper 2 sulfate brew. This is it. So this is the answer. It turns anhydrous what? Copper 2 sulfate brew. This is the answer. Those of you that have seen this question, D there is telling you to say, give 2 uses of esters. So esters are used in making perfumes. Esters are used as flavoring reagents. You can use toma spices from this because the word ester means a sweet smell. So these ones get to be used in perfumes. They get to be used as a flavoring reagents. So they get to have so many uses. The last question, I guess most of you have seen this question, was telling you to say, give one similarity or state one similarity that is there between esterification and neutralization. So the answer is that both reactions produce what? They get to produce water. So both what? Both reactions will produce water molecules. So esterification produces water. Neutralization will produce a salt and water. So you know neutralization, this is a process by which an acid reacts with a base or base plus acid to give us a salt plus water. Esterification we've got now carboxylic acid reacting with what we get to call a carboxylic acid. So when an alcohol reacts with a carboxylic acid, we get to form an ester plus water. So this is a question. You answer everything here. They give you 10 marks. So organic chemistry is a simple subject, topic that I expect each one of you to get everything correct in an exam. Let us keep revising, continue revising through exam questions. These are things that you expect in an exam, even more to it. Study macromolecules. You need to know what a tethylene is, what a nylon is, all those things, you need to know them. So we've come to the end of this particular session. Like I've stated, those of you that are interested in joining tuitions, this is my number here. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like it, comment, and let me know where you are watching me from. These are revisions, so you can share with your friends, subscribe, comment. Like that, we get to increase this audience and move together. Thank you so much for your support.